Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to show you a recipe. I'm going to make it here at home, but really this recipe comes in handy when you're out socializing. This is going to save you a lot of heartache when you're out with your friends on the weekend or doing social dinners with people through the weekdays. Oftentimes when we're on diets and doing weight loss programs, we're really good when we're by ourselves. We're really good through the week, but then you have the dreaded social activity that comes up. It throws a wrench in your entire week's worth of progress. But today I'm going to be showing you guys something that you can do. You can get this at a restaurant, at a bar, you name it. Most places you go to are going to have some version of this. It's going to be the Cobb salad. So making this at home, I got this giant brownie mixing bowl. I'm going to fill this entire bowl with ingredients. At the end of it, you're going to see we've only scratched about 500 to 600 calories max. The great part is what I show you guys here today, you're going to be able to pull this off at restaurants. This is going to make it so that if you have a social dinner, let's just say it's UFC night, you and the guys want to get together, go watch the fights late at night, you're in a dive bar around 11 p.m., you get the hungry munchies. This is going to be the recipe that keeps you on your diet even when you're out with friends. Of course, if you go to more upscale restaurants, they're always going to have a version of this on the menu. Now, this is not just a hippie salad. There's going to be a ton of protein in here, which makes it perfect for the volume diet. If this is your first time joining, allow me to briefly explain the volume diet before we get into the salad itself. The volume diet is a principle of eating as much food as you can, as in getting a lot of volume, for as few calories as possible. And this salad right here is going to be a testament of that. You want to target things that are going to be rich in protein, high in fiber, but then pretty much low in everything else. So that does mean it's going to be lower on the fat and a little bit lower in the carbohydrates, although the carbohydrates can sometimes be higher or lower depending on your athletic needs. But what you end up with a meal like this is something high in protein, high in fiber, and it's going to digest so slowly you're not going to be hungry for a long time. This really helps out when you're on a weight loss program. If you're interested, check out my other videos regarding the volume diet so that you can have a well-rounded recipe book. You'll find that in the playlist after this video. There's going to be a lot more where this is coming from. For now, let's dive into the salad recipe. So this should be pretty standard, but in order to have a salad, you do need to have the lettuce. Now, don't be turned off by salads. Salads are just like sandwiches and just like wraps. Instead of the wrap or the bread, you're covering everything in a lot of lettuce. You're gonna find out that most of the ingredients can actually be pretty much the same. So we're gonna rinse one of these off, break it up, and toss it in the salad bowl. With properly rinsed lettuce, we're now going to toss it in the bowl. I like to break these up by hand. You can use a knife if you want to, but personally, don't really think it's necessary. Now, the thing that makes a Cobb salad is that it comes with chicken breasts, shredded cheese, and hard-boiled eggs. With these three combined, we're going to be getting a lot of protein into this salad. Beyond that, whatever vegetables you want to add to the salad, it's totally up to you. But in general, the more vegetables you add, the more volume you're going to get. And that also goes for fruits as well, which I do believe technically peppers, tomatoes, and cucumbers are actually all fruits. But I hope that you guys get the idea. We're adding a lot of fibrous vegetables and fruits to the salad to really ramp up that volume. So basically what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to start adding all my vegetables in. I like to put the meats on last. Join me as we slice up this nice juicy orange pepper. Oh guys, by the way, as far as calorie counting is concerned, every time you add a vegetable, just assume you're adding about 50 calories. A cucumber is about 50 calories, a bell pepper is about 50 calories. We've also added some grape tomatoes to this. I don't think those are quite 50, but you get the idea. Let's get this thing in there. Alright guys, the vegetables have been loaded. Let's take a look at the bowl. So from here on out, now we're going to start adding the protein. Now when you get this at a restaurant, they're usually just going to put one hard-boiled egg, but since we're making this at home, we're going to be adding 2 hard-boiled eggs. There we go. Let's get these nice and sliced. All right, next we're gonna add about 6 ounces worth of chicken. By the way, the chicken that I use for this is Costco's rotisserie chicken. It's in this vacuum sealed bag. Usually you can find this somewhere near like the prepared meals section, but it's not quite a pre-made meal. But what's really nice about this, it's super easy chicken breast that you don't have to cook yourself. You just open up the pack, drop it in the bowl. Of course, if you are so inclined, make your own chicken breast. It's up to you, but this is a big time saver for me. The less time I spend cooking, the easier it is for me to just put something in the bowl, eat it, and go on with my day. Especially if you're not having this at night, if you're doing this during the day, it saves a lot of time not having to cook. Anyways, before I throw in the secret ingredient, the last thing that's going to go on here are the salad toppers. I like to use pumpkin seeds and a little bit of shredded cheese. Once we do that, we're going to throw on the secret ingredient. Stick around for that because that's what really ties this whole thing together and keeps it super low calorie. By the way, when you put your seeds on, don't go more than like a tablespoon or two because seeds are super calorically dense. It's great for getting your vitamins and minerals, but it's easy to overdo it. So try to kind of like use it almost as a garnish and don't just be dumping the seeds in there. Are you guys ready for the secret? Save the best for last. Only people that made it this far in the video get the full recipe. Instead of using a fat-based dressing like ranch or blue cheese, we're gonna be using salsa. Now this is my favorite salsa. You're probably not gonna be able to find this if you don't live in Michigan. This is Michigan cherry salsa, but you can use any salsa you want and you can use as much as you want. Salsa usually only has about 10 to 15 calories per tablespoon. This saves you so many calories, guys. When you go to a restaurant and get a salad, it's covered in oil, it's covered in dressing. That could be 200, 300, maybe even 400 calories onto the salad. Remember, salads are basically just vegetables. So this whole thing right now is about 450 calories. If I dump ranch or olive oil on top of this, now it could be anywhere between 600, 700, 800, maybe even 1,000 calories. So I'm gonna dump a ton of salsa on here and we're gonna avoid all of that. All right guys, this salad right here is ready to go. Check that out. I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. Yeah, get that nice and mixed up. Look at this, guys. We filled the entire bowl. This whole entire thing is maybe 600 calories at the most. At this point, you don't even really need to do calorie tracking because let's face it, there's so much food in here that I don't even know if I'll really finish all of it. With the volume diet, it's nice to track the calories if you're really inclined, but the way it's designed, you could probably get away with not calorie tracking anymore on something like this, which is why I think it's so incredible. I can't stress this enough. If you're going out to a restaurant, they're going to have something similar to this. Most restaurants have something called a Cobb Salad, but it might be called like a Southwestern chicken salad. They're going to have their own options, but if you look for it, odds are very likely that you're going to find it. This might be how I prepare it, but you guys can prepare yours however you like. Maybe you know ingredients that I don't know about. If you got something you'd like to add to yours, drop a comment below. Let me know what it is. Because just like I'm here to help you guys, believe it or not, a lot of the times you're helping me as well. Now I'm going to get to eating this, but before I go, if you made it this far, it'd really help me if you liked this video, and then if you haven't already, also subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more recipes, much like the one we're looking at right here, that end up in my playlist called The Volume Diet. Check these out because over time what'll happen is you'll have enough recipes in your repertoire. You'll have a lot of options to pick from, and the nice thing is, every single diet that I've put together is designed to keep you in a caloric deficit while making sure you get enough protein and enough fiber to have a lot of energy throughout the day without digesting your food so fast that your glucose spikes. You're going to keep your insulin in control, you're going to keep your hunger in control, and the best part is, you're going to be burning off that fat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to chow down. In the meantime, I've been Andrew Fillion, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.